Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel and thank you guys so much for joining me for today's bake with me. Today I actually turned 27 years old. It is my birthday and it is also my little boy's 6-month date. I don't know, he turns half a year old today, which is really exciting. So I just wanted to get some baking done. Jonathan doesn't get home till a bit later, so we will go out and celebrate then, but I figured I'd use the opportunity to film for you guys, also include a little Q&A at the end of this video. And yeah, let's go ahead and get started. As always, if you guys enjoy this video, please give me a thumbs up and please don't forget to subscribe, and let's go ahead and get to baking.
Blue sky calm, dancing in between us. Take a
Okay friends, I quickly want to start off by saying if you just want to jump to the Q&A, it starts after about 6 minutes, so you can quickly jump over. But if you are here for the recipe, I will go ahead and have the exact measurements down below. But I just started by mixing my dry ingredients, which consisted of all-purpose flour, sugar, baking powder, a little bit of salt, and then I just mixed all of that together before moving on to the wet ingredients, which again consisted of some lemon zest, some milk, vanilla, vegetable oil, melted unsalted butter, and then towards the end I will be adding the white chocolate chips as well as a cup of raspberries. And then there's a few other steps, but quickly I did also want to just say thank you to all of those of you who have been so patient with me. This has definitely been a change going into motherhood and managing YouTube. So I know I have been very inconsistent, which I'll get to in the Q&A part, but I just want to say thank you so much. But now back to the recipe. I am adding the wet ingredients into my dry ingredients, and this is the point where I'll also be adding the white chocolate chips as well as the raspberries, like I said earlier. So you just want to mix all of this together until you get this type of consistency here that I'm showing you guys, and then again just mix it all once you've incorporated those raspberries and white chocolate chips. And of course, if you guys hear any rattling sounds, it is little Johnny playing with his toys besides me. But now for the next step, I'm just lining a muffin tin with some parchment paper, and then I am adding our muffin dough, or muffin batter, I guess is what you call it, in. I'm going to put this to the side before moving on to our next step, which is our raspberry syrup. For this, you want to go ahead and mix 1 tablespoon of cornstarch to 1 tablespoon of water, and then just put this to the side for now. In your pan, you're gonna add another cup of raspberries, your sugar, a little bit of water, and then we'll also be adding some lemon juice. And you want to bring this to a boil before you incorporate the cornstarch mixture we just made. So again, just mix all of this until it comes to a boil, add the cornstarch, and just let it cool, and you have your raspberry syrup. So super simple, but it's super yummy. And while the raspberry syrup cools, we are moving on to our crumble, which this is sugar, all-purpose flour, a little bit of salt, and the most important is cold unsalted butter. So I'm just adding that, and then using my hands, I'm just going to start incorporating everything together. You want to reach a crumbly consistency, which you guys will just see in a bit. And once all of these things are done, we can then start incorporating them into our muffins that we already have ready over in our cupcake tin. So as you guys can see, I have a crumbly consistency. I'm gonna add my raspberry syrup over top of my muffin batter and then top it off with the crumble we just made. I did go ahead and put these in the oven at 350 degrees for about 25 minutes, but again, your oven is different from mine, so definitely just keep an eye on them. You want the top to be be a little bit golden, but that is it for the recipe. I will show you guys how they came out towards the end of this bake with me segment, but they were so yummy. I highly encourage you guys to try out the recipe. Again, it will be down below in the description box with exact measurements and of course the exact ingredients and so on. Okay friends, let me start by showing you guys how the muffins turned out. They smell absolutely delicious, and before they even cooled down, I already started eating one. So I'm gonna go ahead and finish as I answer some of your guys' questions. But the first and most important one is the kitchen update. So if you're not following me on Instagram, you do not know, but the reason I've been away from YouTube so long is because Jonathan surprised me with a kitchen remodel for Mother's Day, or as my Mother's Day present, and it was one day to the other. He just told me he was gonna be doing it the next week, and he did. He started it. So with that, there has been so many delays. Don't get me wrong, I am absolutely grateful and I am so excited for it to be finished, but I was not counting on the delays, and my house has just been a mess, so I haven't felt really motivated to film or to decorate because once again the house is a mess. But yeah, so that's the biggest update. Now for some of the delays, I know some of you asked me on Instagram, and the first one being our top cabinets. They were supposed to get here a week ago. They did get here and Home Depot returned them, so that was the big delay. And then our flooring, so we were able to purchase the same floor we have in our living room for our kitchen, but 2 weeks after placing our order, they let us know that they no longer carry it and it is unavailable. So we have been delayed by that, plus we have to find a flooring that closely matches the one we have, and that has been a woozy. So there's nothing much I can say about it. I hope it's done soon. I actually did get an email today that our top cabinets are here, so that's really exciting. Obviously after that is like the backsplash and then like finishing touches and hopefully the floor. So hopefully it will be done soon. Okay, so the next question is, will there be any changes to my channel? I think the quickest and most fair answer is yes. Obviously, the one biggest change is the frequency with which I am posting. I was really trying to do one video a week, but just being realistic, being a mom is my priority, being a wife is my priority. So if I can get to a video, great. If I can't, it's okay as well. Something I love about YouTube is I do it as a hobby, thankfully, and thanks to God, I don't rely on the income from YouTube, so I do it for fun. So if I get a video, great. If I don't, it's okay. I have been a little bit hard on myself about it and beat myself up in the past, but again, my priority is being present for my little boy and being a good wife and taking care of my home. So that's definitely my priority, or where my head is at right now. But other than that, everything you guys are used to my channel. I will continue filming, decorating, decor hauls, a little bit more lifestyle maybe, but that's about it. Okay, next question is, how old was I when Jonathan and I got married? I was 18 and he was 20. We got married as soon as I graduated high school and we eloped. So funny enough, we didn't tell anyone. We just went down to the courthouse and got married. We are coming up on 10 years of like being together, and something exciting is we are getting married in August through our church. That's something we didn't do when we first got married, and it's been on our heart and on our mind for a few years now, so we're finally doing that.
So with that question, someone else did ask me on Instagram if we're renewing our vows. I don't know if it technically counts as renewing our vows because like I said, our whole purpose with getting married is to do it through our church. That's our, reasoning behind it. We want to go ahead and just seal our marriage with the blessing of God. So that is why we're doing it. But of course, we're going to renew our vows as we get married in front of God. So yeah, it's a really big deal for us. I'm really excited. I was telling my mom that it feels different to get married after you've been married for so long. I think the best way I can put it is when you initially get married, you are so excited and so many butterflies, but it's all unknown. I think that that's what is exciting about it, is that it's unknown. And this time around, getting married again through our church just signifies that we are, we're in it together. We've been married for 10 years. We love each other. We have a baby now, and it just feels so much more special knowing that we're still in it. We still say I do, and even more special, like I said, to just do it in front of our God and, just to receive his blessing and hopefully, continue having him in our marriage, and hopefully he continues blessing us with little babies and we keep growing our family and so on. But yes, that is what we are doing in August, and I'm so excited. It's gonna be a very small wedding, but with all the people we love that are closest to us. So super excited. Next question is how tall I am. That's a pretty random question, but I'm 5'4" with some people and 5'5" for the most part. So I guess it just depends who measures me, but I want to say I'm 5'5". Yeah, that's how tall I am. Okay, and then last question, I did want to save it for the end, and it is just, what is God currently teaching you? I think this is such a good question, and I want to say I have two different answers. The first one I want to say is just continuously teaching me how to be a good mom, a good wife, a good sister, and a good daughter. I think primarily being a good mom, it definitely shakes your world to become a mom. It is unknown territory, and every single night I just pray to the Lord that he continues guiding me and giving me wisdom to raise my boy to be like his son, Jesus Christ. And I feel like every day I am striving to just be the best mom that I can for him, also the best wife. I am very blessed to have such an amazing and providing husband, and I just want to reciprocate that to him with love, with acts of service, with just being there for him. So I think that's the first thing that God has been teaching me these past few months. And next up would be to just spread his light. And what I mean by that is to share my testimony. You guys know that I came and seeked God after losing my dad and after losing my two babies, and he has been so good to me. He has kept his promise to me. I have my son right next to me, and I feel like he has been teaching me to share that and to share my testimony and just spread his name and his glory and his grace, and just any chance I get to help someone who might be going through what I went through, help them as well. And yeah, just I think that that's one of the biggest lessons he's teaching me, is to stop being not afraid, but maybe a bit embarrassed to speak about him. And I know that sounds horrible, but I think in this day and age, a lot of people are forgetting to spread his name, or embarrassed, or don't want to, or they're afraid of being attacked. And I think that that's something I'm learning to do, is to just really truly talk about him to anyone I come across. So that is everything for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you try out the recipe. It was delicious. And once again, thank you so much for joining me. I'm so excited for this next year on YouTube. Hopefully brings a lot of fun videos and content. And as always, I will see you guys in my next one. Bye.
There's a violence stitches through